In the Pearl Code books, we teach how this universal structure occurred. Nearest to this universe, you have a mother and father universe. The father universe is Dala, and the mother universe is Morena. The Dala universe was ready for ascension into the next phase. However, there was a small shadow pocket of energy that was anchoring this structure down. A collective consciousness of that universe opened a portal with the intent of sending this shadow pocket to God's source. Instead, this pierced a small opening in the sheath around Morena, as we teach in Love Letters from Lemuria. Morena houses pure Christos energy, which can be used to create or destroy anything in existence. In that very moment, when this portal opened, it caused the shadow pockets to harness this Christos light and create this current universal structure that you reside in. This is where scientists originated the Big Bang Theory from, and we go over and teach this theory in details in the Shekhianh Codex. You must understand that time does not work in a linear fashion. Timelines can be seen as spirals upon spirals, never ending. Where these spirals intersect and cross can be seen as time nodes. Those of you who are part of the elect that we teach in our Pearl Code books have split your consciousness to be anchored in material vessels where these time nodes exist. Each of these bodies and lifetimes of yours are known as a soul spark. It is your spirit that splits into multiple souls that then split into sparks of light that are projected into the lower planes of existence. The term, known as higher self, is related to the soul essences that we speak of. This entire teaching is under the TZ10 Triad section of the Shekhianh Codex. This current universal structure is not part of the organic blueprint of divine God source, but instead created from that shadow pocket. To help keep everything in alignment with divine word, we have elect ones that are incarnated throughout all timelines to anchor the Christos light. This is the blue sapphire light seed that houses the organic codes of divine. When we speak of codes, we speak of the sapphire Christ seeds that are taught in the Shekhianh Codex that all immortal spirits have. An immortal can create an existence, an essence, such as a soul, a star, a galaxy, a planet, a world, and so on. It is those of us created as the guardians and caretakers of divine to make sure that these creations do not cause God's divine will, which is the spoken word, to become out of balance. Everything is connected like a giant web. What one does here directly affects all. We cannot simply destroy the inorganic timelines because by default, this will destroy the organic ones. Once again, all are connected and interwoven as the grand tapestry of time. What we can do is anchor into these timelines and infuse light seeds. Light seeds are the elect immortal souls who are gifted by divine, pure Christos light. They have the ability to bring balance into the grids of all worlds of creation. A light seed is those immortal ones who were seeded of the light. We go over this in the Shekhianh Codex. Immortals are not seeded of star dust. The term starseed has been manipulated to lure Christos energy on these inorganic timelines. The shadow pocket needs that Christos light, that Christos energy, in order to continue their creations. No one originates from a planet. Your personality is not determined by another galactic system. It is only determined by the intellect, which is your spirit. The Atlantis essence is of the future inorganic galactic worlds. The Lemurian essence is of the organic angelic worlds that reside in the mother universe of Morena. This is why you see a deeper divide in the so-called spiritual community. Let us be clear that humans of the future, such as the Pleiadians, hold this Christos energy in codes. These pure ones exist, remember, on all time nodes in many different material bodies. Therefore, the Pleiadian essence of yourself is simply a future version. Their existence and ascension are determined by Earth's because Earth and Venus are of their linear past. Just as shadow beings are the inorganic, technology-based Atlantis consciousness of the future that need to lure Christos beings. This is why you see more hype focused around Atlantis consciousness and AI technology-based versus angelic Lemurian consciousness. This is where people get confused because they are trying to understand all of these existences from a mortal mind, which cannot comprehend because the mortal mind operates from a linear main frame. Where your spirit projects the highest amount of Christos light is where your most focused consciousness resides. That is here, this current time node, because this is where the heaviest knot is tangled up upon the mighty tapestry of time. We teach in Angelic Pearls 144 how the planetary program of Earth is broken down into 7 root races with 4 stages. These 4 stages are also taught as yugas in ancient Hinduism. At the end and start of each stage, divine masters of light incarnate upon your plane to help gather the light sparks for an ascension into their higher essence. These masters of the past have also come down as a collective of the 12 solar tribes for implantation of Christos DNA during these world ages. For the complete teachings of this, please reference Angelic Pearls 144 book. One example is of the Mayan collective. They brought forth the 13 Bacton cycle calendar, among with many other esoteric teachings that we currently teach in the hidden mystery schools. Some call these schools the White Brotherhood, white as in white light. The gates into these schools open at the transition of each of the Bactons. The beginning of the Bacton was in the year 3102 BC and is also the start of Kali Yuga. This Bacton is known as Bacton of the Star Planting. In the Fallen Watchtower section of the Shekhianh Codex, when God's Source speaks, he references the Seraphim who guard this universe as stars. He goes over how 3 stars fell and became bulls among cows. These fell because their direct descended consciousness resides as that shadow pocket in Dala. What you do here directly affects all, even us, the Seraphim. The 7 stars that remained are Seraphim. It is directly from these 7 Seraphim that gods were created, and they then created and implanted these seeds in the material planes, with the charge of teaching in these now hidden mystery schools. However, they also mix their DNA with those of Earth, and this is where the organic term star-seeded comes from. Seeded from a star as in an angelic, not a planet. When a human of Earth ascends the flesh, they turn into a star. Light enters at the crown chakra. This is above your head. It then illuminates outwards throughout your whole body and out through all 4 of your limbs. In that moment, your flesh becomes light. Is this not a 5-pointed star? Then you have those of the next level who have this light of the crown also exit out of their earth star chakra, creating a 6-pointed star. Then you have the final God level where light is also emitted from the heart chakra, both forward and backwards of the body, creating a geometric 8-pointed star. This is that solar flash of the internal essence that we teach. This is the brightest star, the 8-pointed star. And this is where those of ancient Sumerian times taught of the gods and have an 8-pointed star as their symbol. The sacred Rh negative bloodlines are truly those who are seeded from this god star lineage, which is light seeded from the Seraphim. The less amount of this light is what removes the Rh negative marker. Each of the Mayan bactons lasts for 144,000 days, which equals 400 original Earth linear years. Man has tainted the solar calculator of time, for it was originally this, and this is how we teach it in the celestial schools. The current and final 13th bacton started in the year 1624 AD, and not in the year 1618 AD. The current calculations are off due to the change in solar timekeeping and the misteaching that each bacton is 394 days instead of 400. This bacton is known as the bacton of the transformation of matter, because those light seeds have the chance to transform their physical body of matter into a star. This is the stage of ascension that you currently reside in. If it turns into a 5-pointed star, it will take you into the 5th dimensional reality. If it turns into a 6-pointed star, it takes you into the pearlescent celestial academies. If it turns into an 8-pointed star, then you will go on into your higher essence for transitioning into 9D, where one accesses the God worlds that we teach in our Instill the Grain book. You can also reference our Mystical Christmas blog and video to understand another connection to the star when it comes to a Christmas tree in the time of Christmas. This time of transformation into the gates opened the end of 2024. We have brought forth this information already in our September 2023 Ascension Energy Update blog and video. We will also bring into the Mystery Schools initiates at this time. The Pro-Code books have been brought forth to help prepare these initiates. These are those who do not see spirituality as a clique or a hype fad, but as a true way of life. You truly devote your energy to spirit, your spirit, and to the expanding of your intellects. You also do this in an organic and natural way. You devote yourself to yourself, and this last stage is always done alone. Mastery is not done in a community, but in solitude. Becoming succumbed in your own energy field and in silence is how you truly hear the calling of the dragon. We come as a dragon. We come as a serpent with wings, for this is the symbol of wisdom. Yet it takes the strength and courage of a lion to ascend the astral halls of illusions and mirrors. Only then will you arrive at these gates. Until then, you will run in circles of the mind. Remember, it is the eagle that rises above the storm, above the chaos, the chatter of the mind, the chaos, the illusions of the astral. Gain your wings, beautiful ones, by expanding your heart, and then you will fly.